Hello everyone, Bashar here. So I have been playing Monster Train 2 for the past few days, and I have told you I like doing achievements. So as you can see, I'm all done. One of the earlier players, first few players to achieve it, I'm guessing, right? So I wanted to go over these achievements here. As you know, I did a video on one of the achievements because that was a little bit more painful. That is one of the more painful ones. Most of them are going to complete them in due time, but let's just go over them. So global achievements. Have a monster deal at least 100 damage in one hit. This is kind of self-completing, as you can probably see from the achievement completion rate, worldwide. Level up any clan, you just do a run. So that means, guys, by the way, 8% of the players in the world have bought the game but never played it, right? Or almost never played it. Unlock Luna Coven, that's after the first run. So that means 15% of players have not completed a single run. Unlock another Pyre Heart, kind of the same thing. These are just going to unlock. There are a lot of unlocks in the game, and the only patch they did to the game, they made the unlocks a little bit easier. Defeat Seraph, that means win a run. And so this is interesting. The first but not last, win a standard run. Okay, I'm guessing that. So guys, this is something interesting. Now take a look at this. Defeat Seraph Eternus, 80%, 80.3%, and the first but not the last is 79.9%. So I would have expected these to be equal, right? But they are not, right? There is a 0.4% difference. I'm guessing, there are some people that played like something like a daily challenge and defeated Seraph there, the 0.4%, but couldn't beat the standard Seraph. I'm guessing that's the difference. This is interesting. Tell me more. Trigger an optional dialogue in the Covenant Outpost. Yeah, guys, as you do the unlocks, there will be unlocks in the dialogues in the town, right? There are a lot. I like them. Cheesy, but nice. Have a spell deal at least 175 damage in one hit. Yeah, you will do this when you are playing Luna Coven or Umbra or whatever it is, right? It will eventually happen. You will have spell weakness or you will have an attuned spell, which will deal a lot of damage. This is the one. No, this is the earlier version. Was that always here? This is again some unlock. You play the game a little and this unlocks. There will be the Dimensional Portal challenges there. And that is the video I did, right? Doing all the Dimensional Portal challenges in there. Unlock the Under Legion. Play a room card on all floors in one battle. I did complete this pretty late, right? Like a few days ago. Yeah. So there are room cards, and all floors need to have one room card played on. You will need 3. Special circumstances notwithstanding. So yeah, this would also. So this might not eventually happen naturally, because generally you specialize on one room and maybe one other room, the side room, the main room and the side room. You generally don't operate on all 3 floors, and therefore a room card. It could work with I'm guessing, Inferno room for the first floor, the second room maybe boiler or something. It's going to happen. Take a look at the percentage that has completed this. Look, to Lazarus League, you play a little. Add equipment to 6 units in one battle. That's also, a little bit extra, but again, will eventually happen. Or you might have to specifically go for it. The graft units will count for this. So there are some grafting units in Lazarus League, and they have an equipment attached to them. And when they die, they give you that equipment, right? They actually count as attaching equipment. So, for example, if there is a relic that you have that says, gain 1 energy, gain 1 amber when you equip a unit, that will trigger upon playing the grafted unit. Purge all the Steelers from your deck. This should happen eventually. By the way, I am very surprised that this is 60%, right? And 40% of players have not achieved this. I know people have played a lot. I got this on my first or second run immediately because, they are pretty painful. I might be going a little extra for it though. They are, I suppose, not that bad. Defeat Seraph before his combat phase. I'm again surprised by this, 46%, but I'm guessing these are daily challenges or something. There is a bit of a trick. We will get to that. Rescue the clans from the original Monster Train. Yeah, guys, this is a bit of a spoiler, but I'm guessing if you are watching an achievement video, I mean, you are ready for spoilers, or you should be here. Or you play a little, guys, you unlock some stuff, and finally, Bone Shatter will come. That is the original train from Monster Train 1. And in there, the original clans will be there. So we do have 10 clans. Win around at Covenant 4. So after you win the game, Covenant 1 unlocks. The number of Covenants has been reduced from 25 to 10. Compared to Master Train 1. In Master Train 1, there were 25 Covenants. Now, the difficulties are much more succinct, right? I mean, it gets much harder, and there are only 10 Covenants. Customize your train. After you play a little, you will unlock some rooms. Just put a room and it will be done, right? So we are moving towards the relatively higher achievements, harder achievements here. Reach level 10 on the Banished. These are the first 2 clans, so that's why people have them. And they are also pretty powerful, both of them. Both of them on both champions. Reach level 10 on the Pyreborn. Unlock the Titans Battle. To unlock the Titans Battle, you have to unlock all hearts. And they will, most of the time, auto-complete. For me, the last one was deal 10,000 damage with Stewards. I like removing the Stewards from the deck, so that did happen rather late. And after you unlock all of the hearts, there are 12 hearts, and you have to unlock 9 out of 12 to unlock the Titans Battle. You can engage the Titans on any difficulty. In order to do that, what you have to do is you have to take a trial during the flying boss fights, right? Fights 3, 6, and 8, right? The Bird Fella, then Kale, and finally Seraph, right? All of them, they have a trial mode, and if you forgo doing the trial mode on the first, then it's disabled for the second and third, because you will need all 3 Titan trials, Titan relics, whatever it is, right? So each of them gives you something, and if you have all 3 upon defeating Seraph, you will immediately be prompted into the Titans Battle. That is similar to Slay the Spire. You get the 3 thingies, but in Slay the Spire there is a campfire, a shop, and an elite fight, as you know, if you played it. Reach level 10 on the Under Legion. Winner at Covenant 8. Defeat the Titans. Yeah, I mean, but you can do this on a normal game even, right? If you wanna achieve, right? There are some tricks that make this easier. I have not done anything like it in Master Train 1, but in here there are some methods to make life easier. Reach level 10 on the Luna Coven, reach level 10 in the Lazarus League. Endless battles. Endless battles, you are prompted for endless battles after you finish the game. They are pretty nasty, right? I mean, very, very strong. You have to win 3. Your deck has to be really good. The second one is very, very bad. You can do them. You can't do these if you put up mutators, right? We will get to that, but and these are the Covenant 10 wins. These achievements have a win around with all Covenants enabled on the Under Legion, right? Luna Coven, Lazarus League, Banished, Pyreborn. So this is, a Covenant 10 win for these, right? You can select any champion for the clan. You can also select the secondary clan to your liking. You just need to select Pyreborn and whatever it is. You can select the heart. You can select your champion. You can select the support cards from the other clan. You can select that clan. Reach level 10 with the Hellhound. Win around with all Covenants enabled on Melting Remnant. And this guys gives also an insight to the clan power, right? Take a look at this. So level 10s, people have reached level 10 on the first 2 clans, but Covenant 10 wins, it's mostly done on the Under Legion, right? The spawn mechanic is very powerful. Yep, the same thing. These are all grinds, right? You have to reach level 10, finish their unlocks, and you have to get max level win on all of these. Yes, same things. Win around covenants. So this is the one that I did the guide for. When I did it, it was like 1.8% completion worldwide. Now it's up to 2.6%. Yeah. So this means completing all 21 dimensional challenges. As I said, I do have a separate video for this. Rule breaker, create a custom challenge. There are community challenges in there, guys. You just go in there, you say create a challenge, and you just click create challenge without doing anything, and this will complete. Just many people have not gotten to it, I'm guessing. Achieve max level on all clans. Yeah, I mean all 10 clans max. Okay, so now come the nasties, right? So these are kind of self-completing if you are playing the game, right? So let's get to it. Okay, so these are the community challenges. You go and create challenge and you submit challenge and it's done, right? The achievement is earned. Okay. So guys, here's an important trick. It feels a little bit like cheating, but you know, it will work. So guys, when you do mutators, take a look at this. The wording is very important. It does not count for card mastery. It does not count for covenant unlocks or victory tracking. So for example, if you do this on say Covenant 1, you will not unlock Covenant 2 even if you win, right? The cards will not be mastered and your streak will not increase. But what it doesn't say here, if you paid attention, it doesn't say anything about achievements. So you can do achievements with mutators, right? And you know, a few of them are very close to impossible without doing a little bit of mutator cheating. So now let me get back to this. Okay, so we are in the nasties now. Win a run without upgrading any cards. I'm guessing that's the most doable one. As you can see, 1%. So guys, if you want to do this in a normal game, I would suggest going Covenant 1 or 0, and obvious, right? But thing is, guys, what upgrade means is, let me go here, library. So, this can be confusing. Maybe you are thinking, it's obvious. It's not that obvious. It's a little bit weird. So, guys, what you can do is you can upgrade your champions. Why? Because champions are not upgraded the same way that cards are. The achievement wants you to not put on icons in here, right? That's what it wants. So you can, for example, make a room or make an equipment, right? Deployable. That's not an upgrade, right? Or you can upgrade your champion. You do not fail the achievement upon doing this, right? So, for example, you have Infinite Zephyr and Fel, right? It's a very nice combo. You make Infinite Zephyr deployable, that's fine, that's allowed, right? And you can also upgrade Fel. What you can't do is doing upgrades on your, units and spells. And the events that give upgrades to your champions will also fail it. But in the events we always have the option to leave, so just go in there, right? And if it's going to give you an upgrade, just don't receive that upgrade, right? And of course you can do this very much easier with mutators. I'm just going to give you an example. So for example, just pick Covenant 1, add mutators, and for example, attack and health benefits from equipment are doubled. This is very useful, right? Also, there is something else here. Equipment cards cost 0. Add 3 random equipment cards to your starting deck. Beautiful. That's a nice combo. They give double stats and they cost 0. And you can do the room thingy here. Where is the room thingy? This one, right? So room costs 0, and you have 2 random rooms, and yeah. and you use your gold just to remove cards. It will be easy like this, but as I said, this is quite doable on a normal run, right, without the mutators. If you feel like the mutators are cheating, but as I said, one of them is pretty nasty. So win a run without playing any spells, this is terrible, right? You can see the completion rate here. I mean, you can use rooms, you can use equipment, you can use units, and you can upgrade stuff, but you cannot play any spells. Obviously, do not pick a clan with starter cards that are spells, right? For example, you can pick something like, I don't know, like Melting Remnant, right? At least the starter cards are not spells. Yeah, these are gonna be, I mean, this is an option. For example, at least your starter cards are not that, or you could just do this Pyre, right? This will allow you to draft your deck. There is that's another method. This is downright nasty if you want to do it in a normal run. Yeah, win a run without playing any spells. So guys, you can emulate spells with units, right? That's somewhat okay. This one is very, very bad because it doesn't allow to use your champion, right? We'll win around without summoning any units. This would be very, very hard without mutators. Because guys, the boss has an annoying mechanic. You tank them, for example, the Titan skin boss, right? This can be pretty annoying. So yeah, I would say going for a nuker clan combination like Luna plus Umbra, right? And you have to get some good stuff. I would definitely suggest using mutators here because this would annoy you. And guys, which mutators are good, right? Of course, it depends from challenge to challenge, but there is the double gold earned. You will basically be swimming in stuff, right? The first few fights, it will still be a little bit tight, but in the end, you can just go to the artifact shop, buy all three, refresh, and buy the other three. You can buy whatever you like in shops. Spells cost -1 is very useful, right? And in the one that you are not supposed to play any units, there is this which is insanely good. Let me find it. Let me find it. The floor is lava. Yes, this one. All units get partial 5. I mean, we are not allowed to play units. And imagine all units take +5 damage from everything, right? It's pretty good. And of course, if you pick up the Pyreborn, they have a lot of Pyrogel synergies, right? You can transfer the Pyrogel, whatever it is, right? Or you can get some relics artifacts that increase the Pyrogel received. Yeah, this is pretty good. Okay. Okay, finally we have some annoyance here. I think I have something very nice here. Okay. So, yeah, I do have a nice help here for you guys. So, you might have seen the birdies in the Banished, I believe. Okay, so there are 4 birdies here. Unit. Okay. So there is this one, Lead Songbird, Punk Shredder, Upbeat Warbler, and finally Death Metal Hymnist. So there is an achievement that wants you to summon all 4 of these. They don't have to be on the same floor, right? They just have to actively be on the battlefield all at once, right? And as you can see, this is a bit of a problem. It's a rare, right? Finding this one is hard. These are uncommon. Only this one is easy to acquire. So what you can do is you can obviously select the drafting heart, and also you can add the mutator that adds 12 random cards to your deck. Come prepared, and obviously you are going to pick Banished, right? And at this point, you can just spam, right? Do 2 other mutators, whatever it is, right? You go in and take a look, but you know, or instead you can make it a little bit simpler for yourself. Depart community challenges. You go in community challenges and you can say join challenge, and you can type a seed in here, right? And resulted remove speaking is the one, right? So credit goes to someone, not me. Oh, it's gone. Oh, really? Did I mistype? Resulted remove speaking. Nope, I couldn't find it. Oh, I'm sorry. So guys, this was actually how I did it, right? By utilizing the mutators and the heart, like I told you, you start off with 3 of the birds, right? And your starter relic is the one that gives you only rares from picks, right? The clan drafts. And then you eventually find the 4th bird, and on fight 7 you would complete the achievement. I'm sorry, it appears it has expired, but you know, that's how you generally operate it, right? You know, you pick that one, you pick the drafting heart, and you go in, you take a look at it, you have 2 or 3 birds, and I would suggest, you know, entering and leaving until you actually have the rare bird, because that one is the hardest to find. And keep in mind, the rare bird requires 4 energy, so, and the birds are very squishy, so I would definitely suggest picking up an energy relic from one of the boss fights, because guys, thing is, you cannot expect to summon them, and you know, then you cannot expect to summon the rare one in the deployment phase and, you know, hope to draw the others in the meanwhile. They do not go into your hand in the deployment phase. That's first, and second of it, you know, these guys have like 2 health. I mean, you cannot really expect them to survive. The best method would be, you know, creating a safe zone. You know, you have a very impressive, you know, let's say zone floor 1, and in floor 3 or something you stash your birds, and finally you play the rare, or you know, in whatever order that you get them, and yeah, that would give you the achievement. I'm sorry, the trick does not work, but you know, that's how it is, right? This just saves you time in, you know, restarting and going out. This is time consuming, and guys, funny thing, this was also the hardest challenge in Master Train 1, right? Running up to score at least 50,000 points in a daily challenge. So this is very, very nasty, right? It's also a very bad achievement. I don't like it at all, but you know, I was going for 100%. So guys, let's go into the daily challenge. So the daily challenge, as you can expect, changes daily, right? And it was, you know, much worse in Master Train 1, because scoring 50,000 was not really very possible in all of the daily challenges. So what I would suggest is, guys, as you can see, it resets in 1 hour, right? That would be 8 p.m. my time. You know, it will, of course, you know, vary wherever you are. It will be in the afternoon in, you know, Europe. It will be midday or early morning in the US. So I would suggest wait for this thing to reset, right? Allow for a few hours to pass, right? And you will see the scoreboard. If in the scoreboard you see people with 54,000 points, then that is a day that's worthy of achieving, right? So in Master Train, when I was doing this, there were days in which people couldn't achieve 50,000 points. So guys, how is the scoring done, right? And you can also hold up. Oh, no, I'm not starting run. So you can see the details of what the other people did. That's what I was trying to show you, but for some reason I couldn't. I'm guessing it doesn't show because... Okay, So you can take a look at what these people did. So this doesn't give you everything in detail, but you can see their, relics. You can see what they have in the deck. Well, you can see what they have done as upgrades, and you can kind of imitate what they did. And the reason I suggested that you go for, so for example, yesterday was a very, very bad day. Take a look at this. 3 people have achieved 50,000. Right? This is because guys, you do a little bit worse than this guy, and it's not gonna work, right? So yesterday was not the right day, but today is, right? Today is fine, 55,000. It doesn't show me the details, so that's interesting. Normally you can. Yeah, I can't. Maybe it's just because, there is only 1 hour until reset. I just don't know the exact reason, but normally guys, you can click on what they did and you can imitate them. And as I said, that's why you wait for a few hours to see if it's worth attempting, right? So guys, when I did it myself, people were scoring around 54,000. So I'm like, okay, I can go for this, right? Because I have a lot of experience from Monster Train. And take a look at the scoring, guys. So your gold, your leftover gold, gives you 1 point per leftover gold, right? That's one. The second thing is winning the battle gives you some points. There is nothing you can do about that, right? That's fixed. But what you can do is, guys, when you do the trial, you get a 50% bonus, and when you kill the boss early, you get another bonus, right? 10% per turn bonus and 50% for trial. And these are additive. And if you take any pyre damage, that is 2% score penalty per damage taken, right? So this guy has not taken 1 damage, I think. Yes. So guys, the normal bosses, you can't do better than 3-turn boss rush. So, these are quite literally perfect. So as you can see, stage 1, the guy killed the bonus with 3 turns left because they don't appear before that, so you can't do anything better. And there's the trial bonus, so 1,800 is perfect for trial 1. 2,700 is perfect for second one, right? 1,500 plus 30% plus 50%, you can't get any better. This one is also perfect again. He has taken no damage and he has killed the boss on the first floor. Same deal. So as you can see, he lost 10% there. He had to kill the boss on the second floor. So what you can get here is actually 9,000, right? So he has lost 500 points here. But everything else is perfect except for the flying bosses. So why did I go separately for the flying bosses? So guys, on the flying bosses, what you can do is you can kill them early. Take a look at this, guys. 8-turn boss rush. That means he played 1 turn and he killed the boss in the second turn, right? That's how you achieve 50,000. That's why it's so challenging, right? I mean, turning on the challenge on everyone and killing everything on floor 1 is not sufficient. Take a look at this. 6-turn boss rush. And we do not have the trial bonus in here. I'm not very sure if you are going for the Titans and do the Titan trial, if it gives you any bonus points. I don't think so. The Titans would also give you points, but you would make the fights harder for yourself. I'm also not very sure if they are available in the daily challenges. So guys, let's take a look at 9,000. That's at 5,400. That's 14,400, 18,000, 20,700, and 21,500 is the perfect amount of points that you can earn from the normal fights, right? Fights 1, 2, 4, 5, and 7, right? 21,500. And so that means we have to earn almost 30,000 from the 3 flying boss fights, right? And doing them all on turn 3 is just doesn't cut it, because take a look at this, guys. If this guy had beaten that Seraph on when he spawned, right? That is a 3-turn boss rush. that would be 11,700, right? And he would have lost out on 2,700 points, right? In here, it would be much worse. That would be 7,800 points, and he would have lost 3,000 points, right? So guys, take a look at this. 3,000 points here, 2,700 points here, 5,700 points. Take a look at this. He would scored 46,000 points. So, you know, even if he did everything perfect and he killed all three bosses as soon as they spawned, right? 3-turn boss rush, you would score something in the neighborhood of 47,000, right? So that means you have to bring the clock a little bit closer, right? That's why it shouldn't be attempted on the nastier days, and that's why I suggested you wait. So guys, you might be thinking I'm going into too much detail, but as I said, this achievement is pretty nasty. So as I said, you know, wait for the reset, wait for the first few hours, see if people are scoring, you know, well above 50k. And that's what I did myself. People were scoring 54,000 or something like that, like today, right? And I took a look at a run some fellow player did like this, and I tried imitating it. And in the end, I did better than him in a few fights, but I was not able to kill the bosses as fast, and I lost like 2,700 points compared to him. That's why I don't suggest going for 51, 52,000 point guys, right? So for example, guys, every turn here is a 900 points loss, right? So for example, the person that you are drawing your inspiration from has an 8-turn Seraph Rush, right? That means, so you play the first turn and you have to kill the second turn, right? This is not very easily achievable. And if you can't do that, every turn loses you 900 points, right? That's what I had, I think. I was able to outperform the guy in one fight. I think I was 1 turn slower on Kale. That lost me 600 points. And I think I was about 3 turns slower on Seraph. So I had an approximately 3,300 points loss, and the guy was near 55,000. So I was like 52,000, 51,000 something in the end, and that's why I'm giving you this advice. Yeah. So it might be a little bit too much detail, but guys, after this point, you kind of want to get to 100%, and it can be frustrating. So thing is, by the way, let's say you go into daily challenge, right, and you think you will not be able to score 50,000, and you abandon and you restart, then the game warns you, it will not count for the leaderboard. It will not count for the leaderboard, that is correct, but it will count for the achievement. You can just try it over and over again. You can restart all battles. You can undo whatever it is that you like. And for this one, I do not begrudge you, no judgment, right? So there is that, and I will give you one final advice. So guys, of course, now there is the matter of winning with everyone on Covenant 10, right? That's not very easy. So you can cheat your way there as well. Cheat in air quotes, because it's not literal cheating. You can use mutators in this. So the thing is, guys, you will not be able to unlock Covenant 10 without winning, but what you can do is, guys, you win the game, Covenant 1 unlocks, you win the Covenant 1 in a standard run, right? Covenant 2, etc. You win on Covenant 9, you unlock Covenant 10, and at this point, there is nothing stopping us from using mutators, because mutators do not allow us to master cards, they do not allow us to do streak tracking, but they do not prevent us from getting achievements, right? So you can use helpful mutators to win on each Covenant to get the achievements done, if you like, or you can just do it, obviously, normally. And that would be about it, guys. So yeah, just shy of 100 hours I was able to manage this. And for the fellow achievers out there, I wish you the best of luck. If you have any questions about any achievements, feel free to ask them. I'll try to answer to the best of my ability, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.